you are going to need your butterfly clip, not your croc clip. Your croc clip's going to be too long. We want just a nice small butterfly clip. You're going to need 9. You're also going to need your water bottle. Go ahead and make sure your mannequin is 100% wet all over before we start. When you're doing a perm, you're always going to section her when she's wet, so I want you to go ahead and practice that today. Sectioning while wet. You're also going to need your rat tail comb, okay? We do not use the all-purpose comb when sectioning for this. We would always want to use a rat tail comb because it's going to make our easiest part lines and it's going to make the transition really quick as we're working. If you had available a perm rod, you would also want this because this is how we determine what size subsections we're going to use throughout the head. But since you don't have one available, we're going to just use our comb. And then if you can see right here, I have that lined up perfectly. It's just about 1 inch shorter than the perm rod itself. So when we're measuring, we'll just go ahead and take about 1 inch off, and then we'll go ahead and we'll measure that way with our comb since this isn't available. All right, this video is going to be about our basic 9-section perm wrap. This is our most common sectioning type with any perm, and it's called a 9-section, 9 parting, or some people even call it the perm block sections where there's 9. So this is kind of a model of what it's going to look like when we're done. There's going to be 3 sections across the top, 3 across the middle of the head, and 3 down on the nape. This perm block mannequin is at the school, and we use this a lot for reference when we're sectioning our perms. So this is going to get us started on the perm block.
All right, we're going to start with the middle section on the top of the head, measuring that. This is called our mohawk, and then we're going to move down to the side, and we're going to know when to stop. Next, we're going to work on the second section, and it matches right up across the top. Third section matches right across the top, perfect straight line across. Now we're going to go from the mohawk down through the middle back of the head, and we stop that. That's our fourth section. We're going to go ahead and take that all the way down through the bottom of the head, through the nape area, connecting those lines to make it a nice straight line. We're then going to take that middle line across, which it should end right at the ear area, and that will then make your next 2 sections. Fix any little lines if you have any hairs hanging out. Okay, we're moving on to the other side, symmetrical, and it fits for number 8, and our last section is number 9. Just like that, make sure your lines are perfectly matched and nice clean partings. You can see there that all the lines match up perfectly, which is just what you want to do too. Start with a really small mohawk, about 2 inches wide on top of the head. This is going to be your first section, and then go ahead and drop down about 1 inch to 1/2 inch and make a ring all the way around that mohawk. That's going to be your second halo. So we're going to go ahead and drop down the head now and do a 3rd ring around, and they're connecting from the front to the back. And make sure as you're working through this that it's symmetrical on both sides. You want both sides to be evenly brought to the back center. So you're making smaller rings around the head than when you did hairstyling, and that's because when you're perming, you're going to be working with smaller subsections. So this is our halo perm wrap, and you just simply let down each section as you work up the head. A partial perm is when you're adding volume to the top or doing a men's perm just on the top. Super easy, you're just parting out the mohawk, but this time you want to go deeper down the head until the head starts to roll down. So I went further down than we did with our traditional 9 partings. And you pin it, and that's it. This is a super easy, it's just from the top of the crown down to the bottom of the nape. You have to have the appropriate width, which is measured by using your perm rod, and just clip the other hair out of the way to the sides. 1 section down the back.